The nervous executives in corporate boardrooms, the seasoned veterans cowering in the dark, whisper-filled corners of the WT locker room, and the mainstream American sports media are all currently in a state of total, overwhelming panic. Music. They had hoped that Alexandra Eala was merely a fad. They were begging the gods of tennis that her recent run of vicious psychological master lessons on the court was just a coincidence. But a horror has just dashed those aspirations. In the sport's history, the highest, most untouchable, and nearly eternal force has descended from the mountain to perform music. An unmistakable warning to the Women's Tennis Association as a whole. Music. The renowned 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal, sometimes known as the King of Clay, is the ultimate mythical representation of tennis prowess, mental toughness, music, and unwavering perseverance. Rafael Nadal has just sent Alexandra Eala a strong, very visible message of praise via music, eschewing the entire conventional media apparatus. But just now, you have to grasp something really important. Rafael Nadal did more than just congratulate you on your musical prowess, so you have to read between the lines. He sent more than simply a courteous corporate PR statement. He took a much more horrifying action. He claimed her in public. She is one of us. She is a product of my academy, he confidently said, pointing to the 20-year-old Filipina phenom while surveying the remainder of the professional tour. Let me tell you, the entire tennis establishment is shaking in their specially made, heavily sponsored tennis shoes right now. She is shaped in my fire. For the old guard, the fallout from Nadal's fearless protective endorsement is so poisonous and devastating that they are unable to even begin to comprehend it. To fully appreciate why the particular connection to the Rafael Nadal Academy is exploding like a nuclear bomb in the WTA group conversations, one must comprehend the dark, brutal, and intensely political underbelly of professional tennis. The establishment attempts to isolate a youthful athlete who rises and pulls off an unexpected upset. They make an effort to scare them. They wait for the tour's oppressive year-long pressure to gradually depress them. However, a player who has Rafael Nadal's personal support, training, and endorsement cannot be intimidated. Nadal simply tore apart the unwritten locker room rulebook, drenched it in aviation fuel, and set it on fire for everyone to see. Why is Nadal giving her such high praise? Why does he care so much about the total devastation she is bringing to the tour? Because Alexandra Eala is more than just a player with a strong forehand who was fortunate. Eala was meticulously and methodically forged in the music by the same fires on the same harsh, merciless red clay of Majorca that produced the greatest, most unrelenting warrior in tennis history. For the remainder of the WTA Tour, allow me to present a terrifying image of what it really means to be a top Rafa Nadal Academy alumnus. It's not a summer getaway at the Academy in Majorca. It's not an opulent country club where you dress in immaculately ironed white sweaters, drink lemonade, and casually gather for an Instagram photo. For tennis warriors, it is an unrelenting training ground. They psychologically disintegrate you. They physically break you down with sound. They force your body to the brink of total collapse. After that, they make you play for an additional 3 hours. Your ego, fear, and flaws are stripped away until all that remains in your spirit is a pure, compulsive, nearly unrelenting drive to win every single point. It's as like music is essential to your survival. In order to produce apex predators, Rafael Nadal established that academy. He designed it to mold players who don't experience pressure. Music that is fearless and views a 5-0 deficit as only a challenge. Additionally, Nadal sees more in Alexandra Eala than just a gifted pupil. His own reflections are staring back at him. He sees the same vicious, heavy, and punishing top spin that he used to demoralize Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer. Above all, he notices the eyes, but he also notices the same unrelenting footwork. He witnesses the icy, unwavering, terrible concentration of a player who will stand on a tennis court for 5 hours in a row without giving up a single inch of ground. Nadal is complimenting her because she is flawlessly carrying out the same psychological blueprint for dominance that he personally ingrained in her. Imagine how terrified the top seeds are in their camps right now. You rank among the top 10 players. You have a huge sponsorship agreement. You realize you have to play Alexandra Eala tomorrow as you are studying the tournament draw by yourself in your hotel room. Music. You are frantically trying to find a weakness. You watch the video. She wins an astounding 86% of her second serves. Tie breaks and seasoned veterans are suffocated by her. Then you pick up your phone and find Rafael Nadal personally complimenting her academy training, applauding her discipline, and basically telling the world that she is his greatest invention. It's the last psychological blow. Before players even set foot on the court, their confidence is shattered by this intense mental battle. How can you possibly prepare for a player that embodies Rafael Nadal's entire philosophy? When a girl refers to the King of Clay as her personal mentor, how do you mentally get ready to confront her? You don't. You really can't. As you sit in the locker room with your heart racing and your palms perspiring, you realize that you are up against more than simply a 20-year-old Filipino. You are up against the resurrected spirit of Rafael Nadal, a baseline machine that is stronger, faster, and unstoppable. There is now complete anarchy among the major management corporations in New York and London, the sports agencies, and the player unions. They are the most aware of the fact that Alexandra Eala, with Rafael Nadal's official support, is poised to become an unstoppable force in international commerce. Because Eala now has the ultimate seal of legendary approval, luxury brands, major tournament directors, and worldwide media executives are all getting ready to move aggressively toward her. The seasoned veterans are concerned that they may suddenly lose their significance. They worry that a competitor with Nadal training will publicly discredit them. Let's now discuss Eala's most lethal weapon. The Eala Army is a weapon that the Nadal Academy has perfected. She never leaves the court by herself. Millions of Filipinos stand solidly behind her, shouting, roaring, unflinching, and fervently supporting her as she leaves. It is a force of support that no other player on the WTA Tour can really appreciate, especially when combined with Rafa's enormous global fan base. Her opponents are suffocating under the intense pressure of facing an entire united global movement, while she is using the audience as a weapon. At this very time, the torch is violently and blatantly ripped from the hands of the old system. The days of the European and American media choosing the trophy winner are long gone. Unquestionably, the crown was taken by force. The future of women's tennis is no longer Alexandra Eala. She is the inexorable, scary present. She is the ultimate boss and has the king's approval to be completely callous. Right now, I need you to actively and utterly flood this video's comments section. I require an unprecedented mobilization of the Eala Army in the history of the Internet. I need you to speak up so loudly, so fiercely, and with such overwhelming, indisputable force that the terrified players cowering in the locker room and the nervous executives in the boardrooms can no longer ignore the truth. I want you to post this video on all of your platforms. When Rafael Nadal officially crowned Alexandra Eala and validated her cruel academy training, how did you initially feel? Do you think that the veterans are now utterly terrified of facing the ultimate Nadal protégé? When Eala enters the courtroom for her next execution, how loud will the Eala Army be? Is there anyone remaining on this professional tour who can actually stop our girl right now? Or is the remainder of the season turning into a huge, unstoppable historic victory lap for Philippine pride? Leave your most daring, courageous predictions for her upcoming championship run in the comments section below, along with your craziest celebrations, deepest tactical breakdowns, and loudest screams. There will not be a revolution. The revolution has already begun. Alexandra Eala is ruling the globe now that the king has spoken. Alex, let's go. Congratulations. I'm grateful. Out there, what a fantastic victory. When you were trying to put Magda away in that second set, she significantly improved. To keep her off in straight sets, what adjustments did you make? She was, I believe, acting a little more aggressively, so I just had to move as much as I could. She undoubtedly made some changes. After watching the game again, I need to make clear what those items are. However, I believe that I was solid. Yes, I was happy after the fight. Yes, I am aware that you have mentioned that you are still working on several aspects of your game when we have had a chance to talk. Want to increase the size of the serve, among other things. Today, you want to score 71% on your first serve and 72% on your second. That's really fantastic. Those are excellent figures. What's going on while you're having a successful service day? I believe you're attempting to go large. Are you finding your spots? I believe that today was a good percentage day. A lot of first serves, huh? I was attempting a lot of first serves. And yes, I believe that knowing that it was more solid today allowed me to kind of go more for specific shots. Yes, that's what I believe occurred. Naturally, it has been fantastic to watch you participate in all these major events and receive the most incredible support wherever you go. As you proceed, you are seated at 31. Is it beginning to feel more usual to always play all of the major events? Because it requires some adjustment. It does require some adjustment. I've definitely warmed up to it. Laughter. Of course, these events have fantastic facilities. We receive excellent treatment. The level of players is, of course, the largest thing I've had to get used to. There is intense competition in every match. It's incredibly tough and you don't really have room to let your guard down, but I'm glad I can play some excellent tennis and show improvement in my game. I am aware that you still put a lot of effort into the physical aspects of it, but is playing the best players on a regular basis also more mentally taxing? It has undoubtedly taken a mental toll, but it's also a necessary part of improving as a player, and being able to deal with that is a sign of maturity. I believe that one of the things I've been learning to do is to sort of turn off the tennis mode and fill my cup outside of the tennis. Thus, I believe that is quite beneficial. Yes, I adore that. I believe that one of the things you may have done to fill your cup was to attend the Miami Heat game, where you had the opportunity to meet Eric Spoelstra, a legendary coach for the Miami Heat, an ultimate champion, and a significant figure in the Filipino community. How did that meeting go? Seeing you two together was really amazing. It's incredible. Coaches has accomplished so much and is such an icon. Laughs. I really wanted to get back in touch after last year, which was fantastic, and to be able to watch another sport. It offers an alternative viewpoint because basketball differs greatly from both our sport and mine. In other words, I was able to relax a little. Yes, that's very awesome. He must be a fan. Has he seen any of your games? Indeed, he did. He witnessed my match against EGA last year. Excellent. So I'm glad. I suppose that was his first tennis match. I'm glad I was able to give him a sense of the stress and silence of a tennis match. It's somewhat different from basketball, I guess. Thus, it's intriguing. I'll tell you what, that was an amazing match to witness if he came to see one. You did a fantastic job in that game. Karolina Muchova will be your opponent in the following round. She has been in good health. She is among the players with a great deal of diversity. As you enter that one, what will be on your mind? She's been doing really well, and I think I saw one of her finals a few years ago and thought, ooh, this girl is good. Laughs. I'm eager to see how I can compete with her. I'm really excited, but I'm sure I'll be put in a lot of difficult situations. Yes, I adore how concentrated and plugged in you are when you take the court. Is there anything you could tell us about the pre-game routine? Is there a music playing in your head? Do you do anything to put yourself in the proper frame of mind? Yes. I have a conversation with my coaches first, right? I use my notebook to write. I believe that my daily routines, warming up for a long time before working out, eating, taking a shower, and so on, help me because they automatically put me in that state of mind and tell my body, hey, you have a match. I believe I'll have done everything I could to be ready by the time I'm able to take the court. The procedure is functioning flawlessly. In the interim till the next game, please have fun and keep playing well.